Yo, what is the deal, everybody? What is the deal? Welcome to another Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody who is here. Yes, I did show up. You damn right. Salute to everybody that's out there today. Salute to my guy, Anthony. Should be blocked, but he's not. You know, salute to Graphic Raider or Graphic Hater. What's the deal? Hey, guys, let me tell y'all something. A lot of things have been happening. A lot of things have been going on all week. I have not gotten a chance to kind of give my piece on what's going on this week. So, listen, you guys know we don't cook until there is over 100 in the room. Get wasted with your brother, wasted. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Share this thing out to all social media. Tags were not done the best, but guess what? We definitely have to cook, everybody. Let me take a sip of my coffee, man. Before we go, salute to my youngest daughter. Salute to my youngest daughter. My youngest daughter is now a high schooler, and she graduated from the 8th grade yesterday. So that's one of the reasons why we postponed this yesterday, man. I didn't realize the festivities were going to continue to roll on, but salute to my daughter, keynote speaker, real rap. I mean, it's almost like, bro, I'm so blessed with my children. It is to the point where it's almost like I can't even believe how God has blessed me with my children, yo. Like, for real, man. I can't believe it, bro. My children every day, they make me so proud, bro. It's unbelievable, man. I can't believe that I raised children like this. Unbelievable. But yo, shout out to everybody in the room. We are over 100 right now. So guys, listen, the main thing that we got to do before I give my shout outs and salutations is we have to kind of break down this Germaine Pratt situation. Now, there were a lot of people who were very, very excited about Germaine Pratt being signed. You know, you guys heard it right here. The great and powerful Wasted Talent. When we were doing the Wasted and Grab show, the Grab and Wasted show, we spoke about how much sense it made for the Raiders to make that move, right? And the Raiders, in their infinite wisdom, went out there. They're definitely trying to address the linebacker position in a real way, because if we look at the turnover from that linebacker room, guys, it's exponentially great. They really flipped the whole linebacker room over. I mean, we lost Robert Spillane, you know, one of the best linebackers that we've had suit up for the Raiders in a month of Sundays. You know, Luke Masterson is no longer a Raider. Divine Diablo has gone on the greener pastures. Amari Burney has been cut. So listen, the Raiders are in a situation where they've had to remake that room. So the corresponding moves, as you all know, is Landon Roberts. We still have Amari Farrar. We still have Tommy Eichenberg. We have a lot of faith in those young fellas. They went out there. They got Devin White. And Devin White seemed like a great idea 4 or 5 years ago, right? Jaylon Smith is really essentially a camp body at this point. So when you sit up here and you really look at it, you're like, man, the Raiders either love these young guys that they've drafted and that are here from previous drafts, or they have to make a move. So it made sense. And going to get a guy like a Germaine Pratt was nothing but right. Now, listen, there are some of you that are loving the move. There are some people that are crapping all over the move because that's what they like to do. Like, guys, you know, we got some people in Raider Nation that it doesn't matter if they got a big bowl of ice cream, they shit all over it, right? But Germaine Pratt is 29 years old. He's a captain of the Bengals defense, was a putrid defense. And to be honest with you, man, the guy was one of the top 10 guys in tackles. And I know we've gone over this ad nauseum on other times, but I'm going to kind of tell you why I feel like this is a move that is really, really going to propel the Raiders into another stratosphere as far as from a defensive perspective. You know, the second level of our defense, our linebackers, has always been kind of a weakness, right? And I think Patrick Graham tries to cover up the deficiencies in that grouping by using extra defensive backs and using all these sub packages. But man, let me tell you something. When you could go in your base defense and play everybody straight up, it's a great thing. Now, some people say Germaine Pratt is not a good cover linebacker. He was in 2023. Last year was not great. Coming out of NC State, he's always been a good coverage linebacker from what I can understand, right? And today, the Raiders cut safety Jonathan Sutherland and make room for Germaine Pratt. So I don't know if you guys know that the former Penn State player, Jonathan Sutherland, happy trails. We never knew you, right? But I'm going to be real with you, man. This Germaine Pratt move is a humongous move for Patrick Graham. Because Patrick Graham, if you look at the history of the linebackers that he's had play for his defenses, it has not been a who's who. There's not been a who's who. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Get wasted with your brother, wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Danawua became a new member. Welcome to the Raider Nation Army. Welcome to the Raider Nation Unlimited Army, man. This man is in the Cherokee Nation. Salute, my brother. Salute. And listen, guys, I wanted to tell you guys something. I don't know if you guys knew, but next week, we are going to be starting something that is amazing, something that you guys have been asking for. It's something that we feel like is long overdue. We are going to be doing a members only live Graph and Wasted show, and it might be a weekly appearance. But listen, guys, the only way you could partake in the members only lives is if you are a member. So if you have not joined that membership, anybody who is one of my where's one of my mods here? One of my mods in here. I need for you guys to make sure that you are posting the link to the membership for the channel. You know, your brother Wasted is technologically challenged individual at times. You guys know that. Let me find it, man. But I'm gonna put that membership up in the chat. And if you guys would love to join the membership, let me tell you something, man. You get perks like guest shows. You get perks like the Graph and Wasted behind the scenes. And you're also going to get some members only interviews. So guys, look, let me tell you guys something. This might be one of the greatest moves that we've ever made here at Shieldmore. So look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link in the chat. If you guys want to join, you let me know. My fathers, do your best. Do me a favor. Post that thing up there, man. Appreciate it. And Andy says, after members only show. Andy, you're not invited anyway. You will never be a member, and you should have been blocked a long effing time ago. Effing bum. And Bodega Wasted, you know who the F I am. You're impersonating me. I'm the great and powerful. You better get the F up out of here with your crap. So listen, let's get into the Germaine Pratt stuff, man. Now Germaine Pratt, if we're gonna go into his PFF numbers, I think was a guy who was a victim of a bad supporting cast. And I noticed something about a lot of the things that Pete Carroll, John Spytek are doing. They really love a lot of guys from the NC State Wolfpack. So I'm gonna be honest with you. The Raiders locker room is going to be a great place for Germaine Pratt to come and ball out. Because two of our top team contributors were guys who were his college teammates. High Point, North Carolina native. NC State, 2014 to 2018. Guy was a beast. But guess what? Guess who he played with at NC State? AJ Cole, Jakobi Meyers, and Alex High Stakes Capo, who was also his teammate with the Bengals. So, you know, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I love the move, man. But look, this is a move that's going to give the Raiders flexibility in the second level of that defense, man. Now, you know, he hasn't missed a game since 2022. He led the Bengals in tackles. He had 80 solo, 143 combined. And I want to let you guys know that the guy can play Mike linebacker. He can play Will linebacker. He'll strong. Like the guy's a beast, man. He's played all over the field. He's an interchangeable guy. He's a guy that is right up Pete Carroll and our guy Patrick Graham's alley, man. And I'm gonna be real, man. He's a hard-nosed, tough linebacker. He's a hitter, and he's gonna fit right in with this new Legion of Doom that we're building here. I love what Pete Carroll is doing, man. It is looking like he is building just a physical unit all the way around, man. A physical unit. Alandon Roberts is a hitter. Devin White is a hitter. Jeremy Chin is a hitter, man. These guys are going to be out there laying the wood, y'all. And also, the man brings some playoff experience. 7 career playoff games, 32 solo tackles, 4 pass deflections in the outings, started in the Super Bowl. So this is a man who, listen, man, he's been in a good situation. These are the kind of guys that you need to bring in your building. I've said this a long time, man. I heard Steve Smith say this a long time ago. Steve Smith, the future Hall of Fame wide receiver from the Carolina Panthers. He said people that come from losing organizations bring almost like a negativity, a cloud to the team. It's almost like a stench that they bring into the organization. Now, I'm not saying that the Bengals are a super winning organization, but Germaine Pratt hasn't done a whole lot of losing in Cincinnati. Joe Burrow's there. When Joe Burrow's healthy, they're pretty good to go. Went to an AFC wildcard game, went to a Super Bowl. So, guys, this Germaine Pratt deal for me is something that is beyond something that the Raiders needed. Now, listen, we're going to get into some other moves. I don't think that the Raiders are done. I'm going to be honest with you. I love the way John Spytek is walking down the hill. I love the way they're curating, what's going to happen throughout this offseason. I love the way they're doing it. They're not jumping out the window. They're not making moves that are just out the way. They are being methodical. They're being thoughtful. They're looking at their roster. And if there's something that they feel like they need to address, they go out there and they kick the tires, man. I love it. I love it, man. Shout out to everybody in the place. My guy, James Williams. Spytek absolutely cooked with the signing of Pratt. 1 year, $4.52 million a deal. Spytek, Brady, and Carroll is not here. Pratt is not a Raider. And, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. The wasted word of the day is methodical. Methodical. The wasted word of the day. My guy, Darth Raider, is in a place, man. Yeah, hey, Brandon Vandal, yo, you are going to get blocked with that crap. What the F is wrong with you, Brandon Vandal? Listen, man, this is not the Graphic Wasted Show. This is the Wasted Show. And it is a family show. What the F is wrong with you? With that filth? I mean, I can't believe you, man. God! Wow! That nonsense. Brandon Vandal, what the F are you doing? And Bodega Wasted, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Bodega Wasted, I will have none of your nonsense. I will have none of your nonsense, Bodega. You will be sent to the gulags. Sent to the effing gulags. The F is wrong with you. Yeah, and Yoshi, look, I'm going to be real with you, Yoshi. Shout out to Yoshi. I don't think that we're going to be sneaky good. I think we're going to just be plain old good this year. We're going to be plain old good. Now, look, do I expect the Raiders to go to the Super Bowl? No, I don't. Do I expect to see a marketable improvement? Yes, I do. Right? Do I expect the Raiders to be at 500 or above? I would be disappointed if they were below 500. We're in a tough division. We're in a tough division, man. We are in a tough division, man. For real, but I love it, man. Look, guys, look, let's keep the expectation at a subsistent level. And see, this is the thing. Yo, Pig 76, shout out to you. I don't know what the F that is. Let me pull that down. Hold on. Pig, let me tell you something. Hold on. What the F is that in your avatar on Twitter? Pig, you are about to get unceremoniously blocked. What the F is that? Pig, you got to respond to me, my brother. What the F is that in your picture? What is that? Yeah, we got to protect Gino, but I got to protect my effing channel. What the F is that? Oh, my God. I mean, did you guys not get the memo? Did you not get the memo? This is an effing family show. And you guys come in and you throw me under the bus. The F is wrong with this guy. My God. Now, look, guys. There are a few things that have gone on this week. There are a few things that, I'm loving what I'm hearing, man. I'm loving what I'm hearing. I was watching. I saw Tyree Wilson moving and grooving in camp, man, and he looks like he's improving. right? And I am very hopeful that Tyree Wilson, like the best case scenario for me, and I wanted to get into this the other day, is that Tyree Wilson becomes our starter and not Malcolm Kuntz. The best case scenario for the Raiders, and I think this is the thing that if that pin drops for the Raiders, two things I think that need to happen for the Raiders to be a really exceptional team this year, right? Like, one, we need for Dylan Parham to take that next step. I'm hearing that DJ Glaze is taking that next step. Pete Carroll talked about, was very effusive in his praise of DJ Glaze. DJ Glaze is balling, from what we understand. Now they're getting into the pad work soon, so we'll see. But it seemed like DJ Glaze might be another notch on, Coupon Tom's resume. It's turned out to be a hell of a resume, right? At the end of the day, Tyree Wilson being an impact starter and Malcolm Kuntz being a third pass rusher is everything for the Raiders, because that means that they got the value out of that top 10 pick. That means that, there's a decision to be made whether they're going to keep that fifth-year option, which it would probably wind up being that. And then Malcolm Kuntz, maybe you keep him, maybe you let him walk, maybe he goes and gets a deal, maybe you deal him. There are certain things there. But Tyree Wilson being a plus in the draft factor, really it does two things, right? It kind of takes the stigma off the Raiders being a bad drafting team. I think Brock Bowers is doing, wonderful, right? It looks like Ashton Genty is probably going to do wonderful. JPJ is doing wonderful. But then you can throw another log on the fire with a player like a Tyree Wilson. And I know you guys like wasted. What the F is going on? You talking Tyree Wilson now? You got darn right. You're darn right. Wait a minute. Jack Yates, what the F are you talking about? Hold on. Now, look, guys, I don't want to turn this into a wasted crash out show, right? I don't. Jack Yates, what the F are you talking about? Jack Yates, what are you talking about? Tyree looks good. You look super big. What the F are you talking about? Looks super big. Like, what the F is wrong with you? Look, Jack, let me tell you something. Jack, you get out of line one more time. 300-second timeout in the gulags for you. What the F is wrong with you? Now listen, that's right, Chuck Taylor. Logs on the fire. It's time for some heat, man. But look, yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Jack, what the hell is going on here? It's got Buffalo Bill over here. The lotion goes on the skin. And what the F is going on here? Yeah, DeMarcus Webb, you listen. I'm giving him a slight amount of praise. Yeah, Jack Yates. I mean, you've been a welcome member of the Wasted Talent Army. What the F is going on with you, Jack? The F is going on with you, Jack? You got to chill. But I'm sorry. I digress. Supposed to be talking ball here. Got to talking all this crap. The F is wrong with you, man. But look, let's get into this Tyree Wilson stuff, man. Let's get into this Tyree Wilson stuff. Now, Tyree Wilson, was speaking, about an hour ago, right? And I love that he's being very hard on himself. I love that, he's critiquing his play. The Raiders took a chance, right? And the Raiders most likely probably should have won another way. Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagle, monster Jalen Carter, just like I said. But, it is what it is, right? But the former regime, two regimes ago, took this guy, and they thought it would take a few years to turn him into a great player. Now, they said his player comp is Myles Garrett, and I'm going to tell you something. That is wild, because I don't know if you guys saw Myles Garrett on Bleacher Report at OTAs doing defensive drills. but that is a frightening human being, bro. He is frightening. Tyree Wilson, look, man, if he could even be a tenth of the player that Myles Garrett is, my God, we in for something special, right? But guess what, man? It's year 3 for Tyree Wilson, so there's no more excuses, right? There's no more, he just got to learn, and nobody wants to hear that effing nonsense, man. We don't want to hear it. And this is the problem with Tyree Wilson. He's not terrible, but he's not great. And when you take a guy at the 7th pick, you're expecting for him to be one of the better players on your team. We haven't seen that from him yet. And this is the year that we're going to have to see it. This is the year that we're going to have to see it. Now, look, the kid is a hard worker, man. He's a hard worker. He wants to get better. He has the athletic ability, right? And he wants to be the player that the Raiders drafted, and I have a lot of respect for it. Now, today he was getting asked questions and stuff, and he said, listen, I missed a lot of plays, sacks, tackles, and I'm always falling on the ground. So that was a big focus in the offseason. Look, man, I love it, man. 3 years. I'm trying to tell you, man, this is the time, man. He says, first off, he said, I need to be consistent. He goes, I need to be consistent running to the ball, Wilson said during mandatory minicamp. He goes, I am trying to get my cardio up to be able to be on the field longer, to be around the ball, to make more plays, but just to be versatile. Last year, you saw me outside, inside, just really trying to make my game more efficient, inside working more edge moves, counter moves, not just being a power guy, which I always had in my bag. But yeah, footwork is just everything. Core, feet work, just having a lower center of gravity. I missed a lot of plays, sacks, and tackles, and I'm always falling on the ground. So that was a big focus this offseason. I love what I'm hearing from Tyree Wilson. I'm hoping and I'm praying that he is, working up to the standard that Max Crosby is working. Because look, man, having a great player like Max Crosby, man, is something that I've been waiting for the Raiders to have, man. Having a transformative player like that. And I'm not here to bloviate about Max Crosby. But Max Crosby is really getting to that realm as a leader. He has to win more, but he's getting into that realm of like a Ray Lewis LT level leader. Like without, now he has to have the success now. He has to have the success. But man, you have everybody talking about this guy. Everybody. The first thing they talk about is Max. That is the first thing they talk about. Like, look, 2 days ago, Devin White was talking about Max Crosby. He's talking about how, he's bought in. He appreciates the process. And he said he's never seen a leader like Max Crosby. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing. We got over 300 in a room. Get wasted with your brother wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend, guys. Hold on. Boom Cat, you must want to be blocked. Wasted. Now that the mandatory military camps are over, the team is headed to rest, how do you feel they should spend their time off? Should they continue working out or rest like the New York Knicks? Boom Cat, very, very funny. Boom Cat, let me tell you something. You will be unceremoniously blocked like a scalded dog the next time you bring up my New York Knicks. You wash your filthy mouth out with soap. I cannot believe that you have just derailed this show with this filth.
It's a tutorial that says you know what the fuck you doing.
What the F is wrong with you? You effing bum. I shouldn't even dignify that crap. But Joe C. Tyree Wilson looks a lot better in drills than he's ever looked. Let's see what the kid can do this year. Now, look, for me, right, and my guy, DeMarcus Webb, put it great. Yo, Wasted, what's your magic number for Tyree Wilson as far as sacks and QB hits, pauses, if necessary? Now, see, this is the thing for me, right? When you talk about a guy who was a 7th pick in the draft, you're talking about a man who, needs to at least be over 8 to 9 sacks for it to make sense for me. This guy was a top 10 pick. The top 10 pick. Those are beautiful. Let me see.
Thank you.
Let me see, baby. Hold on. I'll take a little break. Oh, I like those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are very nice. Those are very, very, very nice, sweetheart.
Thank you, honey.
Very nice. Yeah, I'll see you later. Definitely. Oh, wow. Sorry. Hold on. Wait. Oh, hold on. I got to get myself together here. Wife done came in here and you know. Yeah, man. Hey, Brandon Vandal. Yeah, man. In a real way. Yo, my guy Buck Nasty. In your opinion, if I say if they need to make another move, what's your guess on position and possible names? Look, for me, it once they put pads on, it all depends on how the offensive line looks. Now, you know, there are a few things that need to happen, right? There are a few things that need to happen. Now, you know, I want to get into a move that Pete Carroll has made so far on the offensive line, and I love that move, right? But the two moves I can see is making a move in the secondary, right? Now, the Jair Alexander thing, I don't know if there's a lot of legs to that with the Raiders, right? Because that seems like a move that a better football team would have to make. You know, a better football team can absorb the Jair Alexander situation. You know, and I'm going to be honest with you. The Jair Alexander situation for us sounds good. It sounds great. It you know, if we're getting the best version of Jair Alexander, sign me up, right? But we don't know if that's what we're going to get because this guy has missed like 20 games over the last 2 seasons. And it is something that you cannot separate. You can't separate that. You can't separate it. You can't separate it. It is something that is real. And for the Raiders, when we go and we make a move, we need for that move to pay dividends. For a team like the Philadelphia Eagles, it is a different story. The Philadelphia Eagles have a lot of different options. The Philadelphia Eagles have a situation where if Jair Alexander comes in on a team-friendly deal and he doesn't perform up to snub, they have other options. They have other options, man. Now, for me, what I'd love to see us go out there, you know what I'm saying, and bring in Jalen Ramsey. Yes. Would I love to see that? Yes. But do I think that's going to happen? No. I think Jalen Ramsey, if I'm being honest, is most likely going to go back to the Rams. Now, and Tease, look, I don't know that to be true, right? Like, see, you can want, look, man, like my dad used to say, man, you could take a wish in one hand and a crap in the other and see which one comes first. He can want the bag, but let me tell you something. The blood is in the water, right? The Green Bay Packers won a lot of games without him, and their GM spoke about that, right? He also hasn't been on the field. And you think if a bunch of ham and eggers can sit up here and say, listen, man, he hasn't been on the field, you don't think NFL GMs see the same issue? They are not giving him the bag. You can trust and mother effing believe that. They ain't giving him the bag. And if someone does, it is a bad football team. We ain't giving him the bag. I tell you that right now. It's not happening. Yo, Mr. Cold-Blooded Cream Corn himself. Tyree Wilson needs to earn the right for us to call him T6 Dub or get that F out of here. Mike, the Knicks? What the F? What the? Cream Corn, please, bro, you are an esteemed general of the Get Off My Lawn gang. You have sent me some great information that I need to take a look at. But don't think that you are immune from going to the gulags, Cream Corn. 300 seconds. Peace work for you, buddy. Seems more likely if they make a move, it will be before the trade deadline. If they're on par with a big playoff push. My guess, just because they seem like they have who they want at the moment. I don't think that you can make that assessment right now, right? See, there are a few things, right? There's the health of the squad, right? And there's how people look in camp. Then there's the preseason game. Then there's the scrimmages. There are a lot of things that come into play whether or not a team is going to make a move or not. I mean, Pete Carroll knows what he's looking at, right? Now, there's a move that some people are kind of linking to the Raiders. right? And we're going to talk about that. And it's a cornerback. It's a veteran corner, but it's not the veteran corners that you guys are thinking about. We will get into that. There's more show. There is more show. We're 31 minutes in. And my guy, Raider Rico, with the $2 slap-a-rooney. Canelo versus Bud Allegiant. Flag football game 2.0. Probably Reaper. I know, look, when that fight happens, I think I'm going to go out there and go check that game out. I mean, that fight out. You know, I got to tap in with my brother. I think me and my brother, I'm definitely gonna bring my wife with me. You know what I'm saying? But me and my brother, we might have to go out there and check that fight out, bro. You know, I was out there for the Ryan Garcia and Tank fight. You know what I mean? Then I took my wife to the Usher concert right after the fight, man. It was an epic weekend. Epic weekend, man. So, you know, I got to get back out to Vegas, man. You know, I haven't been out there, you know, in a month of Sundays. It's about that time, man. Vegas is a town that I love. Love Las Vegas, man. Love hanging out there, man. My guy, Bo Rock. Bo Rock, what it is, bro? Hopes of high Raider Nation. We got out coached most games last season. This is coming from a 53-year Raider fan. We can't get swept by a division again or lose 10 games in a row. All bad. And Bo, I can't see that happening, bro. I can't see a coach of Pete Carroll's magnitude and stature allowing something like that to happen, my brother. I can't see it, yo. My guy, Lewis Dixon, man. Tyreek could benefit from right now from RN getting behind him. His first year, he was badly hurt and recovering. Last year was like a rookie year. He underperformed. But he can turn the corner this year, get behind him right now. Now, look, this is the thing. I understand that. We understand that. This is his first full offseason. It really is. But guess what? Either way, I don't give a good goddamn. He has to pull this thing together, man. He has to pull this thing together. He has to, man. He has to. And look, man, there's a lot going on, man. Now, Shaquille Griffith is visiting the Raiders, man. He remains unsigned. He's drawn some interest from his former head coach. According to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, right? And that's a veteran cornerback right there. Now, this is one of the vets that I'm talking about. Now, Griffith was a third-round pick by the Seattle Seahawks in 2017. And, you know, he proceeded to spend the first 4 seasons of his career playing under Pete Carroll. He left the Seahawks for a lucrative 3-year offer from the Jacksonville Jags. He only made it through about 2 seasons before he got cut, right? Now, or released. Now, since him hitting free agent for the second time in his career, Griffith has bounced around the NFL a bit. He had a cup of coffee with the Texans. He had a half-eaten sandwich with the Panthers and the Vikings. He got into all 17 games for Minnesota this past season, collecting 41 tackles and a pair of picks while appearing in front of half of the team's defensive snaps. But following, you know, the completion of his 1-year deal with the Vikings, it's been relatively quiet. Right now, he's 29 years old. And it makes sense, right? Now, this is a Pete Carroll guy. Now, Pete Carroll is bringing his guys in. Spytek's brought his guys in. Carroll is starting to outfit this team with some of his guys, man. Now, look, there's an obvious connection here, right? But it will fill a need for the Raiders because this is a vet guy that can be brought in and that can help a lot of these younger players kind of adjust to what kind of style and technique that Pete wants them to run. Now, keep in mind, Patrick Graham is our defensive coordinator, but I think Patrick Graham is also in kind of like learning mode. I think that him and Pete are learning each other, and I think that Pat is going to start implementing some of the things from Pete Carroll. You know what I'm saying? Now, the team is we're trying to sort our room out, man. You know, you got guys like Eric Stokes. You got Darian Porter, who is showing up and showing out in OTAs. Now, we got to see what that looks like with pads on. You know, I'm hearing some great things. They're you know, most of the time they're running with him and Eric Stokes as the starters out there in team 1. And then, we got Jacorian Bennett too. So bringing in a guy like a Shaquille Griffith would be nothing but right for the Raiders, man. My God, man. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, my brother. Yes, he effing did. And and Pig. I would hope so. I would freaking hope so, man. Oh, you change your avatar, man, on account of me. I will hope that he's binding himself to Pete's tree. Telling you right now. Yo, G, with the addition of Pratt, our linebacker core, what are we? Wait, hold up. The addition of Pratt, rate our linebacker core, and what is our weakest room at this point? Simple as F, man. Look, I'll be honest with you. I don't know yet. Like, bro, we a lot of this stuff is conjecture, right? You know, I don't know yet. Only thing I'm seeing is what's going on at camp. But we won't be able to really actively make that assessment until people start getting hit, bro. It's all fun and games until you get punched in the mouth, right? It is all fun and games until you get punched in the mouth. We got almost 400 in a row. Get wasted with your brother, wasted. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Share this thing out to all social media. What the F is wrong with you, wasted talent army? After last year, running back wise, I'm looking forward to what Janty, Moser, and McCormick's backfield looks like than anything that includes Zeus. I have no faith into that fumbling individual. Ghost Regime Network podcast. You have to chill. You got to let the man listen, man. Zamir White is a backup running back. That's clear. But he can be an effective high-end backup. I mean, come on. My God, DeMarcus Webb always bringing a smack. Wasted. Jeremy Chin will be what we wanted Abram to develop into. More discipline. He's just a better player all the way around, DeMarcus. He is a guy that has made his bones not by name or draft position. He has made his bones and his reputation in his league making plays. Making plays. And you know, listen, man, the great thing about a lot of this is that, you know, everything that we look at as fans here, the Raiders are actively addressing it. It was almost like, you know, in previous years, and I don't want to go too deep into the previous years, right? But it was almost like a cognitive dissonance. It was almost like a cognitive dissonance. Like we would see that there is a huge and egregious weakness on the team, and it was almost like the team didn't see that. The powers that be didn't see that. And it's like, yo, us as a fan base and pundits of the Raiders, we can see exactly what the problem is. Why are you not out there addressing it? And I love it. I love it, man. I love the fact that John Spytek, Pete Carroll, and the Raiders brass they're actively going out there and they are addressing issues in real time. They're not allowing, you know, their egos to get in the way of what's happened. I freaking love it. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out my guy, AC Yabaro. All you listen up. Wasted serving up knowledge you can't get in college. Oh, my God. I didn't even think they knew. My guy, George Cortinez, the old general of the Get Off My Lawn gang, is in the place. Yo, my guy, simple as that. I respect your ability to evaluate based on your observation and statistic. That's why I asked you. You do pretty well on that. But you know what the thing, simple as that? This is the crazy thing. For me, right? If I'm being honest, because there's not enough veteran leadership there, I would say that it is the secondary. It's the weakest part of this team. But I'm going to put a pin on that because I want to see how the Pete Carroll caveat comes into play. Because coaching is everything in his league. Coaching is everything in his league. But if you tell me the weakest positional group, I would tell you it would be the secondary. We don't have many vets in the secondary. You got Chin and you got guys that were, you know, kind of okay. But you don't have a bunch of guys that have made a whole bunch of plays, right? You have a lot of young players in that secondary. Cameron Richardson and Jacorian Bennett and all in Porter and all these guys. These guys are young guys. So that's pretty much what I would say. The nickel spot, we've lost out on that as well, right? We've lost out on that as well. But if you start looking at our wide receiver room, it is grown and gotten stronger exponentially. There are a lot of people that will say, "Oh, well, the offensive line is terrible." Oh my God, they got to do something with the offensive line. They got to do something. What is going on here, man? What the F is going on? There are a lot of people saying that. And then if you look, right, they have their Mumford possibly switching positions. And to be real with you, that their Mumford, if I'm being honest, man, that their Mumford is a guy that really, 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 really needs to show improve, because he could be the odd man out on offensive line, man. He really can. He could be the odd man out. Like the Raiders are headed in the right direction, man. And it started with moves that happened in this offseason. And listen, Caleb Rogers and all of these guys, they're not going anywhere. They just got here. Joe, Colton Miller ain't going nowhere. Dylan Parham is a higher draft. He's not going nowhere. So Thayer Mumford being a backup tackle, it's not looking like that's something that Pete Carroll's interested in. They got Thayer Mumford transitioning to guard. Now, he played some guard in college, and he played well. And Thayer Mumford is a guy that can be in that old school Raider mold of the big, powerful guard. And look, that is something that has legs. That's something that, man, let me tell you something. A guy that has the talent to play tackle that you move to guard is a scary proposition. He's a road grader. He is an Al Davis built and made guard. And it is looking like Pete Carroll is trying to get more stout and bigger up front to run the football. It is looking that way. And look, Thayer Mumford has a lot of talent, man. He's a lot of talent. And I'm telling you right now, that is an Al Davis ass move. There are a lot of moves that have been going on lately that are very, very, very reminiscent of the great Al Davis. Yo, shout out to my guy, Bo Rock. I haven't seen the Raiders make moves this good in a long time. I appreciate you and Graphic. You're my Raider family, and we will start being a winning organization soon. Bo Rock, from your ears to from your lips to God's ears, I appreciate you. Appreciate the support for the channel. And look, let me tell you something, man. Unbelievable, man. Thank you. My guy, Raider Rush. Hey, Wasted. Can we really say Zamir White ain't seeing as though Getsy and that fill-in OC's offense was just asked? Look, bro, there are certain things that is play calling. There are certain things that's blocking. And there's certain times where, yo, if you're just watching the game of football, you can clearly see from a bird's eye view that he's just missing cutbacks. He's missing rush lanes. It was more Zamir White than what was going on last year. And that's just clear. That's clear. Well, I've watched Zamir White have a gaping hole close up on him. And pause if necessary. Pause if necessary. I mean, the show has gone off the rails. You got CGR about to get blocked putting up eggplants in my chat. I mean, what the F is going on with you, man?
Shut your lame ass up.
The F is going on with you, CGR. The wrench is about to get taken. But like Chuck Taylor said in the chat, man, size and speed. Size and speed, bro. Al Davis has his fingerprints all over this roster. All over this roster. Shout out to my guy, Raider War Report, too, man. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy, Yeti Strain, Smoker Records. But, man, I love the fact that Pete Carroll is reaching back into that Raider bag. And when I talk about Al, I am talking about young, vibrant Al Davis who revolutionized football. This is who I'm talking about. Yeah, T, he definitely was. He was wearing those blinders like a damn show pony. So, guys, look, let's get into it. Robert Cisneros in here devolving and making this show devolve into some debauchery here. He goes, salute to all the hot MILFs. Listen, man, this is a MILF-friendly environment. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a MILF-friendly environment. This is a MILF-friendly environment. Shout out to all the MILFs. The F is going on here? Joe C. Zamir looks a lot leaner. Maybe should get LASIK surgery. So, bro, I don't necessarily think his eyesight is bad. You know what I mean? We're talking about vision as far as from a football perspective. This is what we're talking about. CGR, the chat loves MILFs. Oh, you damn right. Yo, what the F is going on here? Solomon Mitchell talking about big booty MILFs. You guys are a bunch of sick people. The F is going on, man. A bunch of goats. New Zealand Raider. Morning, my Raider family. Oh, it's night over here, my brother. Our midfield defense is dangerous. It could be. We can't say it's dangerous yet, bro. You got to chill, man. You got to chill. So, look, man, let's get into it. Oh, and guys, too, before I forget, I want you guys to all, whoever you guys are out there, you guys are fathers. I want you guys to enjoy your weekend, man. I really do. I want you to enjoy your weekend. I want you guys to understand, man, that, you know, being a father is the most important job that you can have as a man. And we need to make sure that we're raising our children and putting good citizens out into this world. This world's an evil world. If more of us put out some good citizens into the world, the better this world will be. Let's put some more beauty into the world. Because Lord knows I brought some beauty into the world. Man, and yo, guys, have you guys been watching some of the videos from OTAs? They had a guy in the boy in the bubble ball. Man, they look like they're having a time out of Raiders camp. Like they're having, you know, a great time. And mandatory minicamp is wrapping up, right? Now, there's a few things that has happened during, you know, mandatory minicamp. Shout out to the great and powerful Alex Manfreda from the Raider Ramble. So I'm going to read his article here, guys. Goes, a new starter linebacker, a few D-line interceptions, giant inflatable ball. This is what I was just talking about. There's truly nothing like the Las Vegas Raiders 3-day minicamp. To the average fan, mandatory minicamp doesn't mean a whole lot. Team gets back together to grind away the offseason rust, playing football as a cohesive unit for the first time in months for some. The first time playing football with their new teammates in general. And in truth, mandatory minicamp is just that. Heck, the players aren't even in pads yet. Nothing too noteworthy happens during this time period. If ever a team was to prove that the above statement is wrong, it was the Las Vegas Raiders of this year under Pete Carroll and John Spytek. There was always something happening during the 3 days of minicamp. And at times, that something was player-induced. Take Max Crosby and Tonka Hemingway, for example, both who managed to secure interceptions and drills this week. Well, sort of. Crosby is up for debate, being he wasn't even a defensive player on the play. But okay, Crosby wasn't at all interception. It was just fun to watch, right? But that was before Crosby's pick six on a broken up screen pass, which indeed was an interception and was the score for the multi-time All-Pro. Other times, the something in question was a result of Pete Carroll's coaching. If the 73-year-old wasn't, pinning players during warm-ups, he was releasing the Kraken, except in this case, the Kraken was a giant inflatable bubble. Man, it wasn't exactly Carroll's idea either, he later explained. But even John Spytek, the Las Vegas Raiders general manager, contributed to the madness during the team's mini camp. Linebacker Germaine Pratt was officially released for the Cincinnati Bengals on Tuesday, and he became a member of the Silver and Black on Wednesday. Talk about moving quickly. Now, the Raiders wrap up mini camp, man. Geno Smith can't get enough of his new head coach, which is great, right? Geno Smith, Isaiah Powell had a few words about Carroll's electricity. He goes, I've never had a head coach really hands-on with the DBs. It's so different for me, Powell explained, man. But I love it. Pete's legendary. And, of course, most of the team has felt the impact prior to mandatory minicamp. But the same goes for rookie Ashton Jeanty, who, more than anything, showed incredible promise as a pass catcher through that period, right? Now, Jeanty has a guy that shined, man. And it comes as no surprise, man, because this guy is somebody that if you look on film, He is one of them ones. I mean, it's clear, right? Now, see, this is the thing, right? Jacorian Bennett is a guy that is on the clock. Jacorian Bennett needs to make some plays, man. That's clear. The man needs to make some plays. We got over 400 in the room. Get wasted with your brother. Wasted. My guy Matty Marinovich is in the place, man. The big bubble and the assistant coaches taking off their shirts. It was working without distractions. Yes, it is. My guy Matty Marinovich is in the place. Business in the front, party in the back. The greatest mullet in YouTube Raider history. I mean, it's exceptional mullet, Matty. Matty Todd Marinovich. My guy Raider Ryan. To all Raider dads in the chat, family first. Shout out to my guy Raider Ryan, man. And if you guys have not subscribed and or joined this channel, here is the link right here from my guy CGR. What the F are you waiting for? The F are you waiting for? Yoshi, I'm so sorry to hear that, my brother. Condolences to you and your family. But yo, Tyree Wilson is doing pretty good. Tyree Wilson is doing pretty good. I mean, I'm loving what I'm hearing from the whole Tyree Wilson situation. I mean, I am loving what I'm hearing, man. I mean, but listen, man, we got Alex Kappa. We got a whole bunch of these guys, man. You know, Adam Butler. Now, I think the key to this defense is Tyree Wilson stepping up and playing at a level, you know, developing to the player we think he could be, that inside, outside kind of rush defensive end, a guy who can play the defensive tackle, play the 3-tech. You know, the Raiders are in a situation where if they get Christian Wilson back and you can get a Tyree Wilson to ball the way that we know, that like just based off of the sure potential, man, the Raiders are going to be a special defensive unit, especially if Christian Wilkins comes back healthy. Yo, but really quickly, we got to take a moment of silence for our guy Yoshi. Just lost his old man. Know what that feels like. That's a tough one, my brother. But yo, rock on to Yoshi's pops, man. Rock on, man. So, guys, listen, I'm going to let you guys take over here, man. You let me know what you guys want to talk about. You put your questions in the chat. We'll answer them. Little rapid fire, wasted round the fire right here. Let's get it going. My guy Raider Ryan in the place, to all the Raider dads in the chat. Family effing first, man. Shout out to my guy Raider Ryan. Simple AF, wasted. Did you think you would become such a trusted voice in Raider Nation when you first started? I'm gonna be real with you. No, I mean, look. If I'm being honest, did I think that I could do this? Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in myself. But no, I didn't realize it would be that way. But it is something that I feel like it has been earned, and I feel like it's something that's not missed on me. It's something that I really appreciated. My guy Bo Rock, wasted. Let me ask you, by the 8th game, what do you really think of our record would be? Because the first 6 games will tell you a lot about a team. So let's go over the Raiders schedule, right? We're going to do the first eight game. We'll do the first 8 games, right? This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. Hold on, yo. Hold the effing phone. Hold the phone. Raiders schedule. Pow ping. So, all righty. See, the Raiders Patriots game 1 in Foxborough. It's a 1:00 game on the East Coast, but it's the first game of the season. I would imagine the Raiders get on this coast early because it is the first game of the season, right? I would imagine that would be smart for them. So I don't know if the 1:00 thing will really affect them. I think this is going to be one of them games the Raiders are going to go and they're going to roll. Now, when you start talking about the Chargers game, I think the Chargers game is probably an L for the Raiders. I also think that, the Commanders game could be an L. I think the Bears game is a dub, so we're 2-2, right, after 4. Think the Colts game should be a win. Either with Dandy Dimes or Richardson plays, that's a dub. So the Raiders are 3-2. So that's 5 games. Titans Raiders, that's a Raider dub right there. That's a Raider dub right there. That's what's that? That's 4-2. The Raiders Chiefs, October the 25th. Man, I'm gonna be real with you. I think the Raiders got to get off the schneid. They're gonna be a nice little winning streak. They're gonna be confident in themselves. They're coming in with Geno. That looks different. We're coming in a new attitude with this defense. And I look, when you talk about the Chiefs, you just don't know because Andy Reid's done so well with players when he brings them in that you just never know if they're going to acclimate themselves. But I'm going to operate under the prism that the Raiders are going to win that game, bro. It's time, bro. It is time. And then our last game, Raiders-Jaguars. Raiders win that one. So I got the Raiders losing 2 games. So I said the Raiders will be 6-2. 6-2, and that is not optimism or hopium. 6-2. And I'm glad somebody finally will tell these people what time it is. I'm never wrong because even if I'm wrong, I'm always right. I'm telling you right now, Kenny Clark, no way we have something for them Bulls. I got us winning the second game. We're not losing to the Jags. We are going to beat, man, listen, we're going to beat little Rumpelstiltskin's ass. The F up out of here with y'all crap. So, guys, listen, man. I think it's about time to wheel the trains back in the train track. What do you guys think? I think it's about that time, guys. I think it is about that time. But, man, I had a wonderful time. I always have a wonderful time streaming. We will be back at you all weekend, man. All weekend. All weekend. But I am about to go celebrate with my family. I'm telling you right now, guys. Yeah, I'm not watching bro. I definitely will not be watching the final. I don't give a damn about the finals, bro. I do not give a damn. F them. I don't want to see Hallie win nothing. F them. Now, guys, you got to understand something, right? And I want to touch on this before I left, man. Like, Geno Smith is the key to this season, bro. Can we, we always look back and we look at, things that happened in the past. And Graf was talking about this with me on the phone. He was talking about how Geno's the same age as Rich Gannon. And that's pretty cool. And I love all of that, But I need Geno Smith to be something more than what Rich Gannon was. And that's pretty hard to do. Rich Gannon won an MVP with the Raiders. I need for Geno to be more than that. I'm telling you right now, Geno Smith is the key to this season. And how much we protect him and how much we get him a running game. He's the key to this season. And let me tell you something. I have a lot of faith in Geno, right? The only thing with Geno is he gets brain farts. He throws the football all over the place. He gets a little careless with the football. Let's hope that changes. Guys, look, let me tell y'all something. The West is changing, bro. The West is changing. The Raiders got eyes out there on Greg Newsome. Greg Newsome is somebody who is going to be out there for the team. But look, let me tell you guys something. It is time for me to tackle with the family. We are taking my daughter out to dinner for being amazing. My oldest will be graduating high school next week, so it's going to be rough. Next week I'm going to get a bunch of shows in. Y'all stay safe, nation. We are going to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time this season, guys. Get prepared. Because I'm telling you right now, man, it's going to be some more winning than we've seen in a long time. And I'm claiming it. I'm going to claim it, y'all. I'm claiming it. I'm not putting no negativity. I'm not putting no hopium. That's just facts over feelings. We are going to get out there and win. And, guys, I want you guys to have a happy Father's Day. All those who are fathers who has the pleasure of having children, enjoy your Father's Day. Whether I like you, whether I don't, whether you will be blocked, whether you're demokes and you're delusional, and he says AOC is the key, guys. AOC might be the key. He might. You never know. But you guys have a happy Father's Day. To all my guys out there that I know are fathers, Ty has kids. Man, Ty got his own basketball team. He got a starting lineup and some on the bench. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to CGR, man. Shout out to Anthony. I know Anthony definitely has kids like books of spades. He got 4 in a possible somewhere. I know that. Shout out to Matty Marinovich, man. The power mullet. The power mullet. I know he dropped some watermelon seeds somewhere. CGR has a bunch of kids he don't take care of somewhere. Let me stop saying that. No, yes, he do. Listen, you see this smile from my guy James Williams? Listen, you know why James Williams got this smile? Because he got somebody pregnant right before he took that picture. You see that face right there? Somebody got pregnant right after that picture, bro. And Anthony's definitely irresponsible. So let me tell you something, guys. Happy Father's Day to all of you. Franklin Skinner, the Raider neighbor himself, definitely. Happy Father's Day to all of y'all. Happy Father's Day to all the real fathers. Happy Father's Day to all of y'all that don't know y'all are dads yet. Happy Father's Day to all y'all irresponsible fathers. Happy Father's Day to Raider Reeby. Said, I got 3 baby mamas. I know some of y'all got a bunch of baby mamas somewhere, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Listen, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Much love to everybody, y'all. Yo, for real. On a serious tip, man. Y'all have a happy Father's Day, man. Yo, man. Yo, Todd Davis said, I got kids like Josh Jacobs. Yeah, man. The crop dust master. James in the place. Yo, Bodega Wasted. If you keep that picture up, I am blocking you. You better find a better picture. Get the F up out of here. My guy, Chris, he said, I just found out I'm a great-grandpa. Damn, bro, you that old? Yeah, he said, wait, so I hope you, yeah, bro, listen, brother. There's one thing that I'm good at, and that's being right. We're going to have a wonderful season this year. Y'all have a great night. I got to get out of here, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I am out, y'all. Good night, man. Hold on. Wait, hold up, man. Hold up. Before I leave.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
The price is going up for milk and Pampers. Some of you irresponsible mother effers that's out there dropping watermelon seeds. Enjoy your Father's Day. I am out of here. Peace.